Welcome to Point Blank, brought to you by Fitz Roofing. I'm Brandon Strange, sports fan of Houston. That's Joel Blank of ESPN 97.5 and 92.5 FM's new midday show, The Killer Bees. Make sure you hit subscribe on this channel. We do appreciate all the support. Hey, Joel, welcome in. So this morning we got some Texans news, and I don't think this was a move that most of us were expecting. Texans corner Bradley Roby has been traded to the Saints, and when I heard the news, I thought of Nick Caserio's comments from last week that this team was focused on the process and not the results. Was Roby just a casualty of some shrewd number crunching, or was this a combination of things?
No, I think it's a combination of things, Brandon. But on the show for the last couple of weeks, I've been saying Bradley Roby is a top candidate to go. And I think that every veteran in the locker room that still has something left in the tank, if they show that they can play, has the chance to go between now and the trade deadline. I think there's a big rummage sale sign on the front lawn of NRG, and it says from 1 to 8, we are open for business. Not like the hours of 1 to 8, but from weeks 1 through 8 or up until the trading deadline. If you want it, you can have it for the right price for the Houston Texans. That means any player is basically on the table and ready to go. You're right. From what Caserio said in his press conference, it goes along with the mantra that I've been pushing for the Texans this whole season, which is embrace the suck. No matter how much you try and mask it from the media and from the league office to look like you're tanking, behind the scenes and with everything that you do and every move that you make, you are looking to try and be as bad as possible this season so that you can be good a lot quicker than you would be if you were a Cinderella story this season. That means you want the number 1 or 2 pick in every round of the draft. You're probably going to be fighting the Detroit Lions for the worst record in football, but that's a fight you want to lose. But you want to be in it till the bitter end because you have all your picks back. And there's no better way to add depth and quality to your roster than to get the top pick in every round of the draft and continue to do so for the next 2 or 3 years. I like what Caserio is doing so far because so far what he's doing, no matter what else you say about Roby, is he's shedding salaries. He's cutting out a lot of the fat that was there that Bill O'Brien left behind in cap hell. He's done a heck of a job of doing that. So I like everything that Nick Caserio is doing right now.
I mean, I can't disagree. I think from a fan standpoint, this hurts just from a standpoint of a watchability, right? Because it's a less watchable product. But the fact of the matter is, no dead money. You're saving $9 million this year, $10 million next year. He's 29, so maybe his development schedule is not aligned with what the team's development schedule is as far as drafting and rebuilding. So, Joel, I did mention that this could be a combination of things. I want to dig a little bit more into that, but before I do that, give us a word from Fitz Roofing.
Well, we love the people at Fitz Roofing. They're dedicated to the people of Houston. Therefore, if you've got a business or for your home, you got a roof repair and you're in need of some help, or you want to put a new roof on the building, they can take care of you every step of the way. And it starts with a free, no obligation inspection. All you do is call 832-521-3001. They come to you, tell you what they can do and how much it's going to cost. And that's all free. You want them to come back, you just schedule the appointment before, during, and after the sale. They take care of you every step of the way. It's fitzroofing.com, but better yet, call them 832-521-3001. Fitz Roofing, making a difference, one home at a time.
Okay, so Joel, we've heard some rumors from some guys connected around the NFL, one of which was our own Lance Zierlein, that said there might have been a culture clash going on with Roby in the Texans front office. I think LZ specifically said that Roby wasn't reportedly always a good attitude guy. So how much do you think, if any, that had to play into it?
I think it plays into it a lot, Brandon, and I think that you remember last year he was left behind and basically, quote-unquote, suspended without being suspended because of the fact that he had actions that were detrimental to the team. This is the same reason why with the Rockets, with all this young talent, I don't want a disgruntled John Wall or Eric Gordon or Christian Wood affecting the young locker room. The same thing with the Texans. The Texans are trying to do a culture change, getting away from Bill O'Brien and creating a new culture going forward. And you can't do that if you have disgruntled veterans that are complaining every day and not happy about either the team and the performance or the fact that they're not where they want to be, especially a guy like Roby who has won before, won big, and wants to finish his career playing with a team that has a chance to win, not a team on a complete rebuild. So he's already set a track record for why he shouldn't be here. And now with management and trying to set a new culture with Nick Caserio in the Texans organization, they're trying to make sure that there isn't anything that can negatively affect the roster that they're trying to build. I think for all those reasons and more, these are the kind of moves that need to be made. If there are veterans on this team that don't want to be here, get them out of the locker room on Kirby so that he can continue to develop the roster and the culture that he's trying to build as this team starts the progression to try and get good again.
It does seem that if there are any players who don't want to be on the team, it seems like at this point the GM is willing to oblige them because, like you said, they want to embrace the suck.
Well, and here's the other thing, Brandon. Even with a guy like Laramie Tunsil, who's he trying to protect right now? And by the time this team gets good again, will Tunsil be a guy that's already past his prime and worth keeping around? And in the meantime, are there teams that are willing to trade for him? I think the Texans will look hard at even moving Laramie Tunsil and trying to get young players on the offensive line until they have a franchise quarterback. I think the only drawback is if they don't get close to what Bill O'Brien gave up for him, they're going to take some heat.